Manuka honey is a type of honey native to New Zealand. It's produced by bees who pollinate the flower Leptospermum scoparium, commonly known as the Manuka bush. Manuka honey's antibacterial properties are what set it apart from traditional honey. The metal glyoxal is the active ingredient and is likely responsible for the antibacterial effects of Manuka. Additionally, Manuka honey has antiviral, anti-inflammatory, and antioxidant benefits. In fact, it's traditionally been used for wound healing, soothing sore throats, preventing tooth decay, and improving digestive issues. Since ancient times, honey has been used to treat wounds, burns, sores, and boils. In 2007, Manuka honey was approved by the US FDA as an option for wound treatment. Honey offers antibacterial and antioxidant properties, all while maintaining a moist wound environment and a protective barrier which prevents microbial infection in the wounds. Multiple studies have shown that Manuka honey can enhance wound healing, amplify the regeneration of tissue, and even decrease pain in patients who are suffering from burns. One 2-week study investigated the effects of applying a Manuka honey dressing on 40 people with non-healing wounds. The results showed that 88% of the wounds decreased in size. Moreover, it helped to create an acidic wound environment which favors wound healing. What's more, the Manuka honey may help to heal diabetic ulcers. A Saudi Arabian study found that Manuka honey wound dressings, when used in combination with conventional wound treatment, healed diabetic ulcers more effectively than conventional treatment alone. Additionally, a Greek study showed that Manuka honey wound dressings reduced healing time and disinfected wounds in patients with diabetic foot ulcers. Another study observed the effectiveness of Manuka honey in healing eyelid wounds after surgery. They found all eyelid wounds healed well, regardless of whether the incisions were treated with Manuka honey or Vaseline. However, patients reported that scarring treatment with Manuka honey was less stiff and significantly less painful when compared to the scarring treatment with Vaseline. Manuka honey is effective at treating wound infections caused by antibiotic-resistant strains, such as Staphylococcus aureus, which can cause MRSA. Hence, the regular topical applications of Manuka honey on wounds and infections may help to prevent MRSA. According to the CDC, almost 50% of Americans have some form of periodontal disease. To avoid tooth decay and to keep your gums healthy, it's important to minimize bad oral bacteria that can cause plaque formation. It's also important not to totally wipe out the good oral bacteria that's responsible for keeping your mouth healthy. Studies have shown that Manuka honey attacks harmful oral bacteria that's associated with plaque formation, gum inflammation, and tooth decay. Research has shown that Manuka honey with a high antibacterial activity is effective at inhibiting the growth of harmful oral bacteria. One study examined the effects of chewing or sucking on a honey chew and the reduction on plaque and gingivitis. The honey chew was made of Manuka honey and similar to a chewy honey candy. After their 3 daily meals, the participants were instructed to either chew or suck on the honey chew for 10 minutes or to chew sugar-free gum. The honey chew group showed a significant reduction in plaque and gingival bleeding when compared to those who chewed the sugar-free gum. The idea of consuming honey for good oral health may seem counterintuitive, as you've probably been told that consuming too many sweets can lead to cavities. However, unlike candy and refined sugar, the Manuka honey's potent antibacterial effects make it unlikely to contribute to cavities or tooth decay. If you're suffering from a sore throat, Manuka honey can help to provide some relief. Its antiviral and antibacterial properties can reduce inflammation and attack the bacteria that cause the pain. Not only does Manuka honey attack the harmful bacteria, it also coats the inner lining of the throat for a soothing effect. A recent study in patients who were undergoing chemotherapy treatment for head and neck cancer observed the effects of consuming Manuka honey on Streptococcus mutans, which is a type of bacteria responsible for sore throats. Researchers have found a significant decrease in Streptococcus mutans after they consumed Manuka honey. Moreover, Manuka honey decreases harmful oral bacteria that causes mucositis, a common side effect of radiation and chemotherapy. Mucositis results in inflammation and painful ulceration of the mucous membrane lining in the esophagus and the digestive tract. For quite some time, various types of honey have been touted as natural cough suppressants. One study found that honey was as effective as a common cough suppressant. Although Manuka honey wasn't used in the study, it's likely to be just as effective at suppressing coughs. Stomach ulcers are one of the most common illnesses affecting humans. They're sores that form on the lining of the stomach, causing stomach pain, nausea, and bloating. Helicobacter pylori is a common type of bacteria that's responsible for the majority of gastric ulcers. Research suggests the Manuka honey may help to treat the gastric ulcers caused by the Helicobacter pylori. For example, a test tube study examined its effects on biopsies of gastric ulcers caused by the Helicobacter pylori. The results were positive, and they implied that Manuka honey is a useful antibacterial agent against the Helicobacter pylori infection. A small 2-week study in 12 individuals who took 1 tablespoon of Manuka honey by mouth daily showed it didn't decrease the Helicobacter pylori bacteria. More research would be needed to fully assess its ability and its dose necessary to treat a gastric ulcer. A study in rats showed that Manuka honey did help to prevent alcohol-induced gastric ulcers. Irritable bowel syndrome, or IBS, is a common digestive disorder. Its associated symptoms include constipation, diarrhea, abdominal pain, and irregular bowel movements. Interestingly, researchers have discovered that regularly consuming Manuka honey may help decrease these symptoms. The Manuka honey has been proven to improve the antioxidant status and to reduce inflammation in rats with both IBS and ulcerative colitis, a type of inflammatory bowel disease. It's also been shown to attack strains of Clostridium difficile. Clostridium difficile, often called C. diff, is a type of bacterial infection that causes severe diarrhea and inflammation of the bowel. C. diff is commonly treated with antibiotics. However, a recent study observed the effectiveness of Manuka honey on C. diff strains. Manuka honey killed the C. diff cells, making it possibly an effective treatment. Cystic fibrosis is an inherited disorder, and it damages the lungs, and it can also affect the digestive system and other organs. It affects the cells that produce mucus, causing mucus to be abnormally thick and sticky. This thick mucus clogs airways and ducts, making it difficult to breathe. Unfortunately, upper respiratory infections are quite common in people with cystic fibrosis. Manuka honey has been shown to fight bacteria that can cause these upper respiratory infections. Pseudomonas aeruginosa is a type of common bacteria that can cause serious upper respiratory infections, especially in vulnerable populations. One study observed the effectiveness of Manuka honey against this bacteria in people who had cystic fibrosis. Results indicated that it inhibits the growth and it works in conjunction with antibiotic treatment. Therefore, the researchers concluded that Manuka honey may play an important role in treating upper respiratory infections, especially in those with cystic fibrosis. Acne is usually caused by hormonal changes, but it can also be a reaction to a poor diet, stress, or bacterial growth in clogged pores. The antimicrobial activity of Manuka honey, when used in combination with a low pH product, is often marketed to fight acne. Manuka honey could help keep your skin free of bacteria, which could expedite the acne healing process. Given its anti-inflammatory properties, Manuka honey is said to decrease the inflammation that's associated with acne. There's very limited research on Manuka honey's ability to treat the acne, though. One study investigated the effects of Canuka honey, which also has antibacterial properties similar to that of Manuka honey. It found that Canuka honey was as effective as antibacterial soap at improving acne. For most people, Manuka honey is safe to consume. However, some people should consult a doctor before using it, including people with diabetes, as all types of honey is high in sugar. Therefore, consuming Manuka honey may affect blood sugar levels. People who are allergic to honey or bees. Those allergic to other types of honey or bees may also have an allergic reaction after ingesting or applying Manuka honey. Infants. The American Academy of Pediatrics doesn't recommend giving honey to babies younger than 1 due to the possible risk of infant botulism, a type of foodborne illness. Manuka honey is a unique type of honey. Its most notable attribute is its effect on wound management and healing. Manuka honey also has antibacterial, antiviral, and anti-inflammatory properties that may help treat numerous ailments, including irritable bowel syndrome, gastric ulcers, periodontal disease, and upper respiratory infections. Manuka honey is likely to be an effective treatment strategy that may accelerate the healing process when used in conjunction with more conventional therapies.